We can pretend that this is drywall or it's you know, some kind of cement backer board, right? It could be a variety of different substrates that you might apply your tile to, and plywood is an acceptable substrate. This particular adhesive is for interior use only. Kind of nice because it's this kind of white, I mean it's not really super bright white, but it's this white sort of color to it, and it's pretty thick. This stuff has been probably, I've had this for like over a year. Just, you know, I use it for mainly just for demonstrations and stuff, and just keep putting the lid on, taking it off, so it actually, it holds up really quite well. It is, you know, it's about like peanut butter, if you can see what the consistency is like. So I got my board here, right? It'll come. And we're going to put this on here. And what trying to liven it up, really. I am. Just give me a second. You actually want to, you can probably hear it as I'm going, right? It is, you can hear it rubbing on the substrate. You know, that's what you want to do. So you're creating these little hills and valleys, which, again, what this does is control the amount of adhesive you're putting on there. So you're not putting it real thick in one spot and thin in another spot. I don't know if you saw my tile, but it's, you know, it's opaque, right? You can't see through it. But for transparent tile, what they recommend you do is come back in with a flat edge. I don't know if you noticed this trowel, but it's got teeth on this side, that side, but it's straight edge here and here. And so you come back with a straight edge and smooth this out before you apply your tile. And the reasoning is if you're using something that's transparent, you don't want to see all the little grooves. You'll see them. You won't be able to. They won't actually flatten out enough so that they're not noticeable. Now I'm going to come in, put the tile in. And I drew a line on here, and so I sort of know what's sort of level, so I wouldn't at least be putting a line kind of cockeyed. Use something to kind of push the tile a little bit more into the adhesive so it grabs a little bit better. Sometimes they'll use something called a beading block is what this is. I usually use just a piece of wood, but I happen to have this real fancy thing, so I thought I would use it. And it's rubber, right, so that it won't cause too much vibration and move your tiles around too much. So and then the recommendation also is to use a rubber mallet for that same reason, to kind of reduce the amount of vibrations. And you just come in, this is going to be hard to do because the board will want to tip over, and you just tap it, and it's just a way of, again, setting the tile in a little bit and then leveling them out also, which is probably, you know, again on a wall, not super important, but, you know, countertops or floors, you know, obviously all the tiles need to be on the same level. So you come in, tap them, and then especially when you come in and put in the next tile, you know, you need it to be level to that one, so you would come in and tap. If you're doing it in stages like I'm sort of doing. Does that make sense? Beading board, people.